Texas Tech has added a big in the portal from VCU and Luke Bamgboye. In today's video, we'll break down his skill set, how he fits in the Texas Tech front court, and why this may be the best case scenario for Texas Tech when it comes to the specific type of big that they could have landed in the portal. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in into today's video. And this is a big one because, well, no pun intended, we're talking about damn near a 7-footer, 6'10" to be exact. But he is a guy that is a 4-star transfer in this portal class, the 27th overall center, and a guy that fits the mold in terms of what Texas Tech wants to do in the front court. So let's go ahead and get his stats on the screen for you right there. There he is, Luke Bamgboye, originally from London, England, 6'10", 200 pounds. He will be going into his sophomore season. The stats don't wow you. They really don't. Less than 4 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, half an assist, did shoot 60% from the field. But the thing that stands out to me in terms of his stats is 2.1 blocks per game on average in less than 17 minutes played. That's high-level stuff right there, okay? I mentioned previously that he is a 4-star recruit in this portal class, and you look at that from the standpoint, and you're like, okay, well, what site is that? You can see it on your screen right now. It is from 247 Sports. He is the 208th player in this transfer portal class, 27th ranked center. Not too bad. He is originally from, well, in terms of London, England, but he played his high school basketball out in Chandler, Arizona at Arizona Compass Prep. Texas Tech having high-level connections there when it comes down to it. I'll get his stats back on the screen for you while I go through a little bit of a scouting report for you. In terms of what you should expect from Bamgboye, he is a guy that I think seamlessly fits into that Fede role, and I think he has the potential to be a high-level Fede guy in terms of some of those frustrating characteristics you had with Fede when he was still good and a very valuable member of the Red Raider front court. I think Bamgboye does so at a higher level, and it's Bamgboye. There you go. Just so y'all know, the G is silent, just like Lil Wayne said, like in lasagna. You've got it right here, though, in terms of 60% field goal percentage, right? 87% of his field goal attempts came at the rim. He has a solid touch in terms of when Fede was down low, you didn't really like him trying to do some hook shots or anything like that. It was more of a lob threat or a simple putback. He can do kind of a little bit more in terms of the putback, the layups, and then a little bit of a hook shot. He has a little bit more touch. Now, on the defensive end, this is where Luke thrives. He is a guy, again, 2.1 blocks per game in less than 17 minutes is just insane in a lot of ways. And his block rate is 14.9%. Another just crazy number. And the reason being he's so good on the defensive end outside of being 6'10", 200 pounds and athletic, he's got really quick feet, and his agility for a big man stand out on film. Do you feel great about him being on the perimeter guarding a guard? No, but he has good enough footwork to do it, and his length is very disruptive, not only down low, but on the perimeter as well. His athleticism also really helps him on both ends of the floor. But offensively, the thing that stands out in terms of the stats to me is his O-board rate. So offensive rebounding rate, according to Synergy, is 10.3%. And he's seemingly always in a good spot. Again, 6'10", 200. You hope he puts on a few extra pounds in another year in a college weight program. But Bamgboye, I mean, like he's a guy that he just understands angles well when it comes down to the film and understands he's more athletic, more likely than not, than the guy that is trying to guard him down low, and he's more fleet of foot, so he gets to the spot quicker. Now, he is a really good cutter, 82nd percentile, and surprisingly, the thing that stood out in the sense of a negative in his game is he's 30th percentile as a roll man in the pick and roll. I think that will get better during his time at Texas Tech, now that he is committed to the Scarlet and Black. He is a guy that I think could thrive as a roll man and alongside a guy like JT Toppin in the sense that, hey, JT and Fede played really well together. Bamgboye, similar skill set to Fede, but I think he's a little bit more polished, at least as a sophomore and offensively than Fede. Defensively, Fede's probably a little bit better at this stage in their career. But I think Luke has a really good chance to be surrounded by the most talent that he's ever played with. I don't think that's a debate. And he is going to thrive in pick and roll type settings to the sense of Is he going to come in and be a 90th percentile type guy? No, I don't think so. I don't think that that's going to happen, but I think he could get to like a 60th percentile in terms of where he ranks on synergy, and that's all you can ask for in that regard. Again, in my opinion, Bamgboye is a perfect Fede replacement, a guy that you can stick in the front court and play up to 25, even 30 minutes a game if you need to. It would not shock me whatsoever if he is the starting 5 for Texas Tech alongside JT Toppin, and you have some combination of Christian Anderson. You've got Tyree Bryan. Maybe you start Donovan Atwell. Then you've got the likes of, obviously, Lawan Watts, the aforementioned JT Toppin, and then Luke Bamgboye at the 5. So CA at the 1, Tyree Bryan at the 2, Watts at the 3, JT 4, Bamgboye at the 5. I think he fits seamlessly in there, and I think he will add some weight, probably about 10 to 20 pounds going into his second offseason in a college weight program. But he is a guy, in my opinion, that I could see really be one of the better defensive-minded bigs in lob threats in the Big 12, specifically in this system that Texas Tech has. It feels like a seamless type transition from Fede to Bamgboye, and I think that there's a little bit more to him in terms of the potential from an offensive skill set, and I think that that could be valuable for Texas Tech. But the overarching theme from this, in my opinion anyway, is we know for absolute certain what kind of center Grant McCasland and crew love at this point. They love the long, rangy, athletic big. He doesn't have to have a crazy offensive skill set because they're surrounding him with a plethora of other guys that are skilled offensively. But he's an anchor on the defense. He's athletic. He doesn't have to, just be in the post when he's on a switch, or you're just absolutely screwed when he's guarding a guard on the perimeter. Instead, he's agile enough to guard 1 through 5. You obviously feel better about the 3 through 5, but he's not going to be absolutely screwed, like I said, if he's guarding a 1 or a 2. And that fits the criteria for Luke Bamgboye. And now you look at the Texas Tech front court and you think about it from, you got Akuntuk, and you think that he'll probably be in that, Yalahu type range of outcomes in terms of if Yalahu was healthy last year where he was playing some valuable minutes. You put him in there, then you've got JT Toppin, Bamgboye. That's probably your trio in the front court alongside the likes of Lawan Watts. And you feel good about that quartet of guys that you're going to be throwing out there every given night in terms of the minutes that you need them to play and the roles and skill sets that they present to the roster. So, again, a big-time pickup for Texas Tech in the sense of a 4-star recruit in this transfer portal class, a guy that is more defensive-oriented but has some skills on the offensive end that can get you excited. I get it. The stats aren't going to wow you. 3.8, 3.3, but that 2.1 when it comes to blocks per game should excite you considering it's in less than 7 minutes. I think he's a really good defender, and I think he's going to get better on the offensive end, specifically in the pick and roll now that he is, being coached by arguably the best pick and roll coach in all of college basketball in Grant McCasland, and, that guy named Jeff Linder as well. So, again, the breaking news for Texas Tech is that they land probably their starting 5 in Luke Bamgboye from VCU, 6'10", 200 pounds, originally from London, England. Went to high school out in Phoenix, technically Chandler, Arizona, at Arizona Compass Prep. He transfers in from VCU after playing from Ryan Odom, and now he will play for Grant McCasland in year number 3 of Grant McCasland out in the 806, a high-quality ad for Texas Tech, and once again, a seamless transition from Fede to Bamgboye in the Texas Tech front court. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube, over 12,000 strong. And the best part about these videos, it's 100% free. I don't know how I can make it more free. I can't make it 100%, in terms of 101. I can't make it 102. 100% is as free as it can get. So join today. Simple steps. Like I just said, like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, as always, to stay safe and Recom Tech.